the origin of the irritability is old wounding. It is wounding, motherhood wounds. It is family of origin wounds. It is things that you just haven't needed to heal before now because they weren't as big of a problem before you had kids. So today we're talking about irritability, a state of mind and body that affects all of us at one point or another. Some of you, I know from experience, are very much at a baseline of irritable. You might be, irritable sort of as a default mode, meaning some moments you find joy, some moments you laugh with your kids, some moments you can loosen up and relax, but underneath it all, you kind of always come back to the same place of shortage or, not enough energy time, and that causes irritability. Or your kids are sort of generally chaotic. There's no clear system or calm in your house, and so that makes you feel irritable. Or your partner works really hard but doesn't show up that much, or your roles are not that clear at home, or they are clear and you need to change it. It's not what you want, meaning your partner isn't doing his or her share of the load, in which case you feel really irritable about that. What happens when you're irritable? Skin crawling, tight chest, headache, unnerved. We are not our best when we're irritable. This is what's happening. We're unfocused. We are mean. Some of you probably get pretty mean. You might get threatening to your kids because what's happening? Why is it happening? We know we're out of control. So we're grasping for control and we just want to make it better. We just can't stand it. It's so annoying. Everybody just needs to shut up. Don't touch me. Get off me. Ugh, get away. Sound familiar? You guys get out of here. I just need to run away. I can't solve this. I can't handle it. I can't deal with you and you and you, all of you. Does it sound familiar? Another way that it shows up is I'm just gonna numb out. It's too much, I can't deal. I'm just gonna pound the sugar and totally numb out, or drink a half a bottle of wine or a bottle of wine. I just can't even cope. I can't fight it anymore. Now you're into hopelessness. Now you're into despair. Now you're into numbness. Now you're actually in a more dangerous place. When you get to that place, you're in a more dangerous place, you guys, because you're frozen. You're paralyzed. You're not taking action. So it's debilitating you, the situation you're in, which is a big red flag. If you're going numb, if you're spacing out a lot, you're dissociating, you're apathetic, or you're hopeless and despairing and feeling like you just want to hide under your covers for a week, or you are hanging out in your bedroom a lot, or just zoning out on the couch, putting kids on screens, flipping the button, that's more of a dangerous place to be. And I say that with so much care and concern for you. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you that you're doing that. It means pay attention, take action, reach out for help. Reach out for help to me, book a call, I'll tell you what to do. Okay? The irritability is like anger, expressing anger. That's a more active, action-oriented place to be, which is a bit healthier and safer place to be, even though it is damaging to your kids. It's damaging to your marriage. It's damaging to yourself. It's self-harm to stay in irritability for very long. However, it's a place where you're more able to take action. What do you do when you're irritable? With the headache, with the other things you guys mentioned, blaming your kids, yelling at your kids. When you're in that place, often we go one of two directions. Okay, now say which one, the first one or the second one. The first one, we blame everybody else. What is the matter with you? If only you would this. I have told you 1,000 times, pick that up, and you still haven't done it. You are driving me crazy. You are the cause of my mood. You are the problem that is creating my irritability. If only you would change, go away, fix yourself, on and on, right? Do you know that narrative? Do you recognize it either within yourself or from your own parenting that you received? You may have heard your parents do that to each other. All right, so that is a place a lot of people go. That is when you are not taking any responsibility for yourself. I'm just going to speak the truth here, you guys. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying if you're doing that, you're in blame. And therefore, blaming others for your problem means I'm just too chicken to own my own problems. That's all that is. All right? And I'm doing this to raise your consciousness so that you know you have a choice. All right, the second place people go, so that's the first coping style, the second coping style, and we probably do them both, like all of us here listening and tuning in, we probably do them both. The second way is I blame myself. I'm failing. I'm incompetent. I am failing my kids. I'm embarrassed. And then we sit in shame because we're letting our kids down. Sometimes I speak to moms who had, like, some of you probably listening, had like a 2, 3, 5, 10-year fertility journey. You know, you paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to bring kids into your life through commitment, through prayer, through nutritional journey, through medical intervention, through on and on and on and on. And you got here and you're stuck in irritability, and you don't know how to break that pattern and that mold, and it's killing you. Because the people that you worked so hard to call into your life, the most important people in your whole wide world, are people you cannot relax around and enjoy. And you know that they are a disappointment to you, or that they feel unloved and they feel rejected. So both of these, blaming others and blaming yourself, will create a lot of overwhelm. They will bump up those feelings of helplessness and hopelessness, right? The thing that's in the way when you're blaming others and blaming yourself, when you're feeling irritable all the time, and so of course your kids aren't listening to you. If you're irritated, they are going to tune you out. If they're smart, they're going to tune you out because they're going to try to protect their own spirit and their own soul. The last thing that they want to do is be inundated by that toxicity because they're smart. So good job, kids. If you're tuning out mom because mom's being disrespectful to you or irritable to you, then you're winning, right? I'm not knocking any kid who does that. I did that. You know, we all did that. So to cope and survive, we do what we must do, and your kids are doing that too. And so wanting our kids to cooperate, to listen, to hear us, to do what we've asked requires a stronger, more loving connection, a resilience in our energy, a clarity and an intention in our communication with them that we can't fake. We can't fake it. It's got to be created. It's got to be constructed. And so the problem actually is not that you're irritable every day. It's what's causing the irritability, you guys. And if it's not your kids, and it's not your marriage, and it's not that you're broken, then what the hell is it? And I don't know about you, but like, I really want to know. That's why I'm doing this work every day. I really want to know. I don't want to settle for a life where I know I'm screwing my kids up. You know, they're going to be screwed up enough as it is because life throws curveballs. Life is hard. Life is challenging. And so they're going to have to deal with that. So I'd rather empower them to deal with that. I'd rather give them the tools and skills now to deal with life when it gets hard than to just sit around beating myself up every day, right? That's a massive amount of self-harm action that a lot of you guys are taking. The origin of the irritability is old wounding. It is wounding, motherhood wounds. It is family of origin wounds. It is things that you just haven't needed to heal before now because they weren't as big of a problem before you had kids. And now you have kids and they're a pretty big problem, right? So we're hiding under the covers, running from these, thinking it'll get better when the kids get older. And you guys, it just gets more complex. It just gets more complex because their problems get bigger and the trust breaks down between you and them. And so there isn't that connection that you have with them automatically when you do when they're 6 months old or 2 years old. They become 5, they become 6, and then they become tweens. And it's like, they're on their own trajectory at that point. So the family of origin junk and the motherhood wounds are the thing in the way. And that piece we cannot shortcut. You can't shortcut it. If you want to build and create that kind of certainty in parenting that gets cooperation, that creates your own joy, you have to build that You know, and that's the piece where, like, a lot of you guys are beating yourselves up, but you haven't done the work, you haven't taken the action, or you haven't reached out for help anywhere. And so it's just not fair to do that to yourself. It's not fair to do that to yourself and to blame your kids or blame yourself until you have actually shown up to say, what do I really, really want? And how am I going to get that? What's the solution to that thing, right? So solution is we have to change and heal at the root cause. At the root cause. It's the stuff you can't see that is creating your mood every day. It's the stuff you can't see that is flowing in your thoughts every day, all day. It's what's creating your set point, your energy level every day. And what is that woo-woo stuff that we can't see and can't touch? What is that? Where is it? It's in your nervous system. It's in your unconscious thoughts. It's in your emotional body. It's in your subtle body. It's in the part that no one taught you about. It's in the part that you didn't learn about in school. It's in that aspect of you your parents never recognized. It's in that aspect of you that you're probably, for many of you, your partner doesn't see or understand. And so what I do with my clients is teach them how to bring that part into awareness and gain control over it, and access authentic power from that fullness of you, so that we can heal whatever is in the way that is separating you from your authentic power, whatever is separating you from your ability to stay present. Because there's a lot of junk there. You guys know who've worked with me. There's a lot of junk there. We got to clear it. And so we're clearing it out of the subtle body, out of the thoughts, out of the energy, out of your emotional self. We're clearing that stuff. And what we're doing is, in place of that, or underneath that, really embracing that truth of who you are, the essence of who you are, which some of you feel probably like you're crap to the core because you're being mean to your kids and you're judging yourself so harshly, and you haven't noticed anything good that's going on in a while. However, in every single one of you, there is divinity. You are a divine being. There is light in you and around you. But until you see that and learn how to get connected to that and claim it and live within your goodness, then default patterns rule. They rule the day. They rule your sleep. They rule your mood. They rule your weight. They rule your bank account. They rule your energy. They rule it all, you guys. They rule your marriage. Default patterns are what has to change, and that's getting to the level of cause. That's getting to the root cause of irritability, of overwhelm. And that's the piece where you have potential you don't even know that you have to change. And if there's one message that I'd love to say to all mothers everywhere to the ends of the earth, like, you have so much more potential for joy, for freedom, than probably anyone's ever really shown you before. And that's what we're doing in Awaken Motherhood. And book a call. It's www.anerjanetsky.com/call. I will put the link above this video, and or if you're watching in YouTube, below. And I look forward to chatting with you.